What's Gucci YouTube? This is Wilson from Two Guys One Coupe. I'm out here in my backyard with my boy Mitch, and today we're going to look at his 2011 Subaru WRX. All right, so Mitch, tell me about your car.
Yeah, it's as you said, 2011 WRX. Has a stage 2 tune on it. I got it about 18 months ago at 189,000 miles. It's now sitting at about 195. All the upgrades have been done. It was completely stock when I bought it. Starting on the exterior, we added the OEM fog lights from the premium package. Originally just had a guard over it, but paint matched with the pearl white. And then kind of going for the Stormtrooper black and white look. So it was missing one of these bumper inserts, so I just bought 2 of them unpainted. Yeah, that's all for the front. All right, and then on the back, obviously, as you can see, we've added the STI style spoiler, painted in Subaru Brilliant Black. Should also mention the exhaust tips on the Perrin exhaust. We're just going to get to the aftermarket stuff in a minute. And then I'll also mention these are Advan AV06 rims, 18 by 9.5 all the way around, with Continental Extreme Contact Sport tires, 255s, again, all the way around. All right, so as we said, this has a stage 2 off-the-shelf Cobb tune. That you'd at least need a tuner. It doesn't have to stay in the car, but you'll see I have the Cobb V3 access port plugged into the OBD2 port underneath the steering wheel. I keep that plugged in at all times. Shows gauges, different things for monitoring. And then under the hood here, you'll see it looks pretty stock. Still have the top mount intercooler. Honestly, front mounts don't even really help. Aftermarket bits, you can see the Cobb SF airbox, air intake, whatever you want to call it. And then you can kind of start to see this is an aftermarket heat shield that was needed once we put the downpipe and exhaust on the car. So for stage 2 on these, you really only need the downpipe. So it's a Rev 9, which is just an eBay brand downpipe with high flow cat. That's all you really need technically to put that stage 2 Cobb tune on it, but I've added a couple other bits obviously, so it's kind of stage 2 plus, I guess you could say. It's 3 inches from the turbo back, so 3-inch downpipe, 3-inch Perrin exhaust. The exhaust is actually supposed to be for a 2015 when they switched back to the 2-liter EJ20 engine, but for the first couple years of the EJ20, exhaust fits right up to the 2.5 design from 2008 to 2014. And then the Cobb intake is also not necessary, but it makes a lot of great noises and just adds to the whole experience. Do have some small issues with overboost due to using a 3-inch exhaust with the Cobb airbox. If I wasn't running an off-the-shelf tune, if I had a dyno tune, they could tune that sort of thing out, the overboost. The tune's only supposed to go up to 18.5 PSI. A couple times getting on it hard, I've seen the access port register above 19 PSI when you're on full throttle. But yeah, that's really about it for the aftermarket bits. Makes the whole car honestly drive a lot differently, really wakes it up, and you'll see with some of the sounds, it's a lot of fun to drive.
right, so we just got back from a ride. Now Mitch is going to tell you a little bit more about the interior.
Thanks. Yeah, so Interior is pretty stock, honestly, for 195,000 or 194,800, which we just saw. Interior is really clean. Definitely doesn't show the wear of a car with that type of mileage. Only wear, honestly, is on the outside. Both of the bumpers have a little ding on them. Headlights are foggy, you could expect, but other than that, it's a pretty clean car. It was only one owner before me for 188 and change, 1,000 miles. I think it was a guy in Pennsylvania that worked in DC and used to make a long drive every day, so, you know, highway miles. Honestly, why it's still in great shape for that type of mileage. Paint looks pretty good. The fact that it's not white, it's the off-white pearl, really pops, gets a lot of looks, especially with the black rims, black spoiler, other black bits. Did want to highlight that the transmission was replaced only 600 miles ago. Wilson and I were working on the fog lights and drove it home that night and had some trans clutch issues, which I was hoping wasn't anything major, but it turned out to be blown trans, blown clutch. So it was replaced with a oh, there's the dog. Oh, we're leaving it in. Oh, we totally have to. So trans came out of, I think, a 09 WRX with 76,000 miles on it. South Bend stage 2 daily clutch was put in, flywheel, OEM flywheel, new clutch fork because it was broken. Yeah, so car's been maintained really well. Drives nice with the stage 2 tune that you guys just saw, obviously. With the South Bend clutch, the trans is now able to handle the upgraded power. It was with the old clutch and with the stage 2 upgrade, it was kind of on its last leg and probably pushing it a bit hard. Stage 2 tune. These come originally with 265 at the crank. Stage 2 is probably slightly above 300 at the crank. So you're talking mid to high 2s at the wheel. It's all-wheel horsepower and honestly pulls like a car with, you know, 100 more horsepower with the all-wheel drive system. And even though it's a 4-door sedan, weight's only about 3,200 pounds. One thing you can't really, we have the hood open right now. Just let it cool down. You do have to be pretty cautious about oil consumption with the Subaru Boxer engines. They eat oil. The one thing that can help that this car doesn't have is an AOS, air oil separator, which would require a dyno tune as well. Other than that, I've driven this car about 6,000 miles in 18 months and changed the oil 3 or 4 times. I think 3 times myself and one, the first time was somebody else at the shop. When they did an upgrade, they changed the oil when they put the bolt-ons on. So if you're driving at 1,000 miles a month, you'd probably want to change it once a month yourself, but it's, you know, 40, 50 bucks for the filter and some oil, so not a big deal. But yeah, car's for sale. We're gonna drop a link to the Auto Trader listing. Please check it out. Let us know through the YouTube, right? If you have questions, or obviously on Auto Trader, you guys can email me directly and ask questions. Car's here in Atlanta. Come see it. Test drives, cash in hand, probably. I haven't thought about it that far. Yeah, come see the car. I have a company car now, so just looking to give it to somebody who would appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. You wouldn't be able to get a stock one and put all this shit on it for anywhere near what I'm asking. It would be, you know, high teens, almost 20 grand to do that with the new trans clutch. It's running a lot better and definitely reliable for above 200K. Would love to see somebody take it and yeah, love it forever.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks, Mitch. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about the car at all, drop a comment below and Mitch or I will definitely answer them. Like I said, thanks all for watching. This is 2 Guys 1 Coupe. Thanks. Bye.